Today is April 4th. Happy home opener. This is Daily Cards Live here on Claves Online, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, you were down around the ballpark about an hour ago. What's the vibe like down there on this chilly April morning?
I don't think the weather is keeping people away. Pretty crowded. I was at a great little spot called Billy's on Broadway. Terrific spot. Great food. It's like a baseball museum in there, the memorabilia. I've never seen more memorabilia in an establishment short of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Really nice, good food, and crowds were packing in. It was going to be a good day for folks.
Awesome. Game starts at 3:15 this afternoon. All of the festivities. If you're not at the ballpark, if you want to turn it on the TV and watch the parade come through the stadium, I believe 2:30 is the start time for that down at the ballpark. A whole lot of Hall of Famers will be on hand for everything today in their in the red jackets. They'll bring around the cars. I saw yesterday. It reminded me last year the home opener. They mic'd up Jordan Walker for the event. And the Cardinals' social media accounts reposted it yesterday.
Oh,
I believe it was. I think it was Tommy Edman was the culprit that kind of was telling Jordan Walker what to expect, and Jordan Walker first thought that they were riding the Clydesdales into Busch Stadium, and then was under the belief that that they got to keep the pickup truck that they rode in on. So Jordan Walker was very excited last year.
I get a pickup.
Before Tommy Edman burst his bubble that he was just screwing with him.
Yeah, this is the Cardinals. It's not Oprah.
So it was a fun memory that popped up yesterday in that. Jordan Walker makes his second home opening start today for the Cardinals. Rammer, here are the lineups for the games today between the 0-7 Marlins and the 3-4 Cardinals. It will look like this. Lance Lynn on the mound for the Cardinals. Victor Scott leads off in center field. More on that in just a second. Paul Goldschmidt is at first. Nolan Arenado at third. Ivan Herrera bats cleanup and is behind the plate. More on that also in a second. Nolan Gorman bats fifth. He's at second base. Jordan Walker is in right field. Alec Burleson drops down to seventh in the lineup, DHing. Mason Wynn at short, and Michael Ciani is in left field. The last time the Cardinals played at Busch Stadium was October 1st of 2023. And after that game, if you predicted that this was going to be the starting lineup the next time they played at Busch, go play the lottery tonight. I think it's up to $1 billion right now. You'll have a good shot at winning that. I'll get to the Marlins in just a second, but quickly, with that lineup being what it is today, no Brendan Donovan, no Wilson Contreras, both dealing with injuries right now. You saw Brendan Donovan leave the game yesterday after being hit by the pitch. Wilson Contreras yesterday, or has DH'd the last few games, and has some swelling going on in his left hand right now. He did get x-rays on it, and neither one is in the starting lineup today. I have not seen any word, and if either one is actually available if needed today. If they are not available, that means your two bench players right now are Matt Carpenter and Brandon Crawford.
Yeah, but you really shouldn't need bench guys. They're both left-handed. So in the today's DH world, it is not as critical, but it is critical having depth. And hopefully that depth will pay off today. I know Contreras was getting an x-ray, but I have not heard what that is. It is funny about getting hit 4 times. After about the second time, wouldn't you be looking across the field? And the third time you're going, hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? You need to control that inside pitch a little better, bub. And maybe the Cardinals did verbalize it, but I didn't see any of it on television. And 4 times is a little egregious to me.
But he's scoring every time. I mean, Brendan Donovan didn't do anything to get hit. I think it'd be silly to think that the Padres were hitting him on purpose. I think it's a case of he gets in there, he crowds the plates, and he's not going to back down from a pitch. I think, perfect example. What was it? I guess Monday night when bases were loaded, Ball came in. I thought he had plenty of time to move. Brendan Donovan, having a high baseball IQ, saw, hey, I stand here, I turn my shoulder, I get an RBI. Brendan Donovan's not trying to get out of the way of the balls, and I don't think the Padres had any reason to attack him in that case. It's just a matter of some guys get hit more than others.
Well, he didn't get hit 4 times.
Who didn't?
Donovan.
Right. So you're who?
But the Cardinals did.
Yeah.
I'm saying that 4 times is a little much.
That speaks to bad pitching.
Yeah. Well, all right, let me ask you this. You accidentally lose control of your stick, you hit a guy, you're in charge of controlling that stick.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the penalty box.
Okay.
And if he's cut, you're going for a while.
Right.
You're in control of the pitch.
I'd have to look when the Padres are in town next. We'll see if Ollie has any vengeance in mind for that.
I don't think coaches. I don't think managers do that much anymore.
You think
I just thought by that third hit by pitch, I'm going, wait a minute, at least buzz the tower. I'm not saying you try and put a guy in the hospital or you want to start a fight on the field in the first week of the season. Just saying, hey, Schulte, you guys got to have a little better control than this. That's all I'm saying.
Right. The Marlins, they will come in still looking for their first win of the season, 0-7 on the year. Ryan Weathers on the mound, a lefty for for Miami. Luis Arraez is leading off, and he is playing second base. Josh Bell is at first. Jake Berger, one of your favorites, is at third. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is in center field. Brian De La Cruz is DHing. Jesus Sanchez is in right. Tim Anderson is at short. Nick Gordon in left. And Christian Bethancourt is behind the plate for the Marlins. Bad news for the Marlins prior to the game today, as they announced Yuri Perez will undergo Tommy John surgery and miss the remainder of the season. He was one of their young top up-and-coming stars in the organization. So that means now they have Alcantara and they have Perez both on the shelf with Tommy John. Skip Schumacher's club just can't catch a break right now, as that's really, really bad news to get when you're already looking for your first win a week into the season.
I do really. There's several of the players I like. Berger because he's a St. Louisan, so I root for him. Arraez because he knows how to hit, and a little bit of a throwback, and can win a batting title, which I think is undervalued these days. And Jazz Chisholm is a nice player, and he had some injury problems and some difficulties last year, and I hope he has a nice bounce back. Plus, like last night, even in a losing effort, it was just a nice visual for me. Berger gets on first with a base hit, and there to congratulate him is John Jay. And it was I just enjoyed the moment. John Jay, one of my all-time favorites, an underrated Cardinal, in my opinion, when he played. He was really a nice baseball player.
The Cardinals look at they enter the game 3-4 on the season. Lance Lynn makes his second start of the year, and the first one against the Dodgers. Got into a little bit of trouble in the first few innings of that, and then, to quote Lance Lynn, just said "F it" and just started throwing balls, just started throwing fastball after fastball to strike out the side in that first inning. I think could have went a little further if not for the rain in that game. But a nice little accolade for Lance Lynn getting to start the home opener today after so many years being gone from St. Louis. I'm sure that's got to be really nice for him and his family, the organization that he started at. Now he gets to be part of the home opener that he's been part of so many for.
Yeah, and move back into the area, and yeah, so that's nice. I don't know if it matters much in the standings, which is what I'm concerned about, but it's nice to be nice to the nice.
Sonny Gray is also in St. Louis for the home opener. He threw a simulated game in Springfield over just a few days ago. It looks to make a rehab assignment and hopefully be back in the next, I guess, week to 10 days is what they're hoping for. One more rehab assignment and then come up and pitch in the big leagues.
I'm told he is politicking to not throw a minor league start.
I could very much see that being the case with him. Yeah. If he had a good outing yesterday and feels good, I could see him trying to talk his way
Yeah.
into that. And I think, yesterday I think we saw in the game, the afternoon game, which you and I kind of debated on, went back and forth about. Zach Thompson, I think, very easily is that first guy you can remove from the rotation.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. The only question is, do you keep him in the big leagues in the bullpen or try and keep him stretched out and start at Memphis? I don't really have an opinion. Whatever they want to do
I
is
think it
fine with
depends on
me.
the rest of the health of your pitching staff. I think being without Middleton right now and losing O'Brien,
Mm-hmm.
I think you want to have the best arms up here
I
that
agree.
you could possibly have, and
Yeah.
therefore you keep Thompson up here. And when you get a little healthier, then you make that call and you say, hey, we're going to go down there and we want you to just keep making starts. We need your arm ready for us right now in that case. Very anxiously awaiting any kind of news on Wilson Contreras or Brendan Donovan over the next several hours, next several days, I guess, to see what their status looks like, and doing so before I guess we start to panic on anything.
Well, there's no panic
them.
except that Contreras is the guy who was hitting third in the lineup and he earned it. And if he's got a broken hand, that's 6 weeks. That's a concern. Donovan, even if he's bruised or whatever and misses Brendan Donovan will be fine unless there's a broken bone. And I didn't hear any indications that he was going under getting an X-ray or an MRI. I think he's just sore and swollen.
Other news from around baseball today, Rammer, I'm sure you guys talked about it with Frank earlier. The Oakland Athletics after this season will be no more. As they announced, they have come to an agreement with the city of Sacramento to play in that minor league ballpark for the next 3 years as their stadium gets built in Las Vegas. So they will move to a 10,000 seat stadium that I believe can fit up to about 14,000 when you add in the grass seating in the outfield. Cardinals go out to Oakland next week, so therefore they would not play in Sacramento until the 2026 season. If you're interested in checking out a unique ballpark that you'll never see a major league team play in again, that'll happen then. They will also, the Oakland A's will be no more. They're not going to go by the Sacramento A's or the California A's or the Las Vegas A's. They will simply be known for the next 3 years from 2025 to 2027 as the A's.
Not the Athletics?
I guess they said there will be no city attached to their name. They will be the A's, the Athletics, whatever you want to call them, but they will not have a state or name or city attached to them.
What will MLB.com and ESPN, Fox Sports, wherever you go to look at your box scores, I wonder what it'll say on the box score, St. Louis, and then
right.
Yeah.
That is, a few years back in the NFL, we had the Washington football team. They didn't have a name yet, but they still had a location, and they were just known as the football team for a few years, just being known as the. I think that's what it'll be, the Athletics. I think that's what you're gonna.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And by the way, I don't know why they would make a call like that. Sacramento's a big league town.
They got one sport. They have one professional sport. Yeah. And that's probably good for them. I don't know. I've never been to the city. Don't know how big of a town it is or if they can handle anything like that. But it seems like, the Tropicana was just torn down just last week, I think, out in Vegas. So that's where they're building the
I hadn't seen that. I didn't see that story.
Yeah, that's where they're building the new stadium out there in Vegas on the site of where the Tropicana Hotel was out there. So seems like all systems go. John Fisher has gotten his way, and if you're into conspiracy theories, start reading about some of the player demotions, trades, benchings that are going on in Oakland right now, and some of the reasons behind those. Pretty interesting stuff going on in Oakland.
Or can they actually be cheaper with their payroll? Is that possible?
That it seems like that's what they're doing right now, as they have sent guys to AAA and traded certain players that they think are anti-ownership. So if you read the stories and the conspiracies behind it, there's a lot going on that I wonder how long before the Players Association maybe steps in to kind of take hold of some of the things going on out there. Rammer, it is the home opener today in St. Louis. Again, festivities and everything gets underway in an hour from now at around 2:30. First pitch is at 3:15. We will be back tomorrow to recap it. Cardinals have their first off day of the season tomorrow also. So
Friday night off days are odd to me.
I hate them so much. I really do, and I really dislike when they have them in the middle of the season that we've seen the last few years. Friday night is baseball nights. That's you should have a game on Friday nights every single Friday of the baseball season. Rammer, we're brought to you each and every day by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and also your friends out at Royal Banks.
Royal Banks, they're everybody's friend. Come in and say hello. You'll appreciate the service you get and the services that are provided for you. Mortgages, refis, home equity credit lines, checking accounts, savings accounts, whatever you need to increase the value of your home or just achieve your financial goals. Royal Banks is there for you. Check them out online as well at royalbanksofmo.com. Royal Banks, where better service means better banking. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Enjoy your home opener today, everyone. We will be back tomorrow. He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live.
Hi, everybody. I'm Peter Mungenast with Mungenast St. Louis Acura, here to talk to you today about some benefits of Acura's certified pre-owned program. After passing a 182-point multi-point inspection, Acura backs all of our certified pre-owned cars with a 6-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mungenast St. Louis Acura has new inventory arriving daily. Come on into Mungenast St. Louis Acura today, meet our award-winning team, and find that perfect certified pre-owned Acura for you.